Dominique, look at this. That's come up on my Instagram feed. A place called Anantya by the lake. It's in Kanyakumari. My God, the place looks fabulous. It's, Tamil Nadu, Kerala border somewhere. I think, shall I call them? I think we should definitely go there. It's a long drive to Kanyakumari. But
we don't go till south.
Correct. You haven't gone. Yes. So it would be a good opportunity for you to go. Okay. So I'll call them up and I'll speak to them and let's plan.
Yes.
When do you think we should look at this? By the end of the month?
Yes, we can.
End of November?
Yes.
By end of November, maybe we can plan this, right? So let's see what other places we can add to this along the way. Okay. And we can make a nice 9-10 day holiday out of it.
That is your job.
That's my job. Don't worry, I will do that. Okay. So it's very interesting. For me, travel is a very integral part of my life. I don't know whether it was integral when I was a child. Okay, I don't know whether, in our generation when we were growing up, this concept of travel was not such a big ticket item. People travel for work maybe, and maybe very rich people travel for pleasure and holidays. But I mean, the way now youngsters talk about, I don't want to do a job, I want to work from home because I want to travel, that kind of an obsession was not there during our time, I'm guessing, right? So, till my corporate career, I don't think travel was so important in my head, okay? And it so happened right from my first job, okay? In the 20 years I spent, in the corporate world, and the next 13, 14 years I spent as an entrepreneur. In all of this, it has so happened that my work has entailed a lot of travel. And I remember before COVID and all, I used to travel 300 days a year.
Yes.
Okay. And all this travel, because it was work-based travel, I would combine pleasure with work. And because I would combine pleasure with work, I would only do the typically touristy things, I would go to Paris, therefore I have to go to Notre Dame or go to Louvre or go to Eiffel Tower or whatever. So typical touristy things. It's only when I started trekking that travel assumed a different level of importance in my scheme of things. How was your idea of travel before you met me?
Travel is totally different because I know now how you travel, how you manage this. When you decide to traveling, now I know in your head we have a new trip. You will enjoy to prepare.
Right, to plan.
Yes, to plan in France. For my experience, we can, after 6 months we will be in holiday. Where we go,
We go to Saint-Tropez.
Like south, is south. We like west is west. But after, it's okay. We will checking one place and it's finished. We don't we prepare talking every day for this. And after, when is a day for living, French mentality is very strange because, holiday will start only when we reach the place,
the destination. Why?
Because we don't enjoy driving.
Okay.
Right. Because you have a lot of restriction. Do you remember when we go in France 2 years before?
Yes.
We are in a highway.
Yes.
You enjoy because one tree is beautiful, because one lake is beautiful, one bridge is beautiful.
Right.
You remember we are at 140 kilometers an hour on a highway. You told me, please stop, I want to take photo. No, if I stop here, 5 minutes after, you have a police inspector. Right, you have a problem with car. No, you have a problem with car. You stop brutally. Okay, you pay fine.
Right.
See this? Yeah. We don't have the same concept.
Yeah. So for me, travel is the moment I decide I am going on a trip, my excitement begins.
You are in holiday.
I'm in holiday. Sorry. Mentally, I've switched off from everything else and I've switched on to the holiday mode. Okay. So I start planning, and I'm one of those very meticulous planners. And I think one, my nature is that I like everything very well planned. But I think also because of the dogs, right? Because of Iris and Neige, we can't just say, okay, we'll drive into this place and we'll look for a hotel. Because in India, there aren't too many pet-friendly places. So everything has to be planned, paid for before we reach that place. So that's very important. So like I said, before I started trekking in 2013. And my first trek was Kailash Manasarovar. And then I got hooked onto the mountains. Up until then, travel was just travel. You know, I was lucky. My corporate career ensured that I lived and worked out of 63 countries. So which means I traveled in very many countries, enjoyed the typical touristy things and all of that. But once I started trekking, holidays necessarily have been around treks. So I might say, let's go to Kanyakumari. That's the point of entry. But I will say, you know what now, Dominique? Somewhere around Kanyakumari, let's figure out where we can trek. Okay? Or it could be the other way. I will say, okay, this is where we are going for a trek. Now let's figure out what else we can do, where we can stay and what else we can do, kind of a thing. And I think we're very fortunate because both Iris and Neige love traveling. Iris, I'm not surprised, Dominic, because she came to us, she was 45 days old?
Yes.
She's been completely outdoorsy with us since then. I still remember that picture of hers, you know. We put the backpack out. This was, I think, in Dehradun. We put the backpack under the portico, and she's waiting for us to get into the car because backpack means we're going on a trek.
But like now, when we prepare a suitcase,
Right.
today before,
Yeah.
dogs, they are totally excited.
Right. They think we are heading out just now. Right. So, but I'm very surprised how Neige has adapted to it. I am quite certain, you know, in her previous life, she did not travel like she does now. She was not used to the kind of life that she's used to with us. But I think I'll give credit to Iris because I think Iris has trained her. She copies everything Iris does. So I think because Iris is excited about travel, Neige has learned to be excited, about travel. I don't know whether you knew how the infrastructure was in India before you started traveling. Did you have any idea how roads and all are in India?
No, nothing. And you know, when I see in India, you have a highway, but highway is not like in France. In France, highway is for driving. Only driving. In India, you have highway cross one village.
Correct.
You can stop for one breakfast.
Right.
In France, on highway, you have only industrial food.
Right.
You know how we manage now to take one breakfast.
Right.
We look if he have a lot of cab. Then he have a lot of cab. I'm sure breakfast is good. But in France, we don't have this.
Right.
In France, highway is only for driving speed.
Right.
If you see one board is writing, this city is the capital of France of this specialty. But if you want this specialty, you have obligation go outside, making
Exit?
exit for 30 kilometers.
Right.
Stay in city,
Right.
come back, and continue.
Right. Right.
It's for this.
Yeah.
We are not excited when we start from home.
Okay. I remember last year when we did the 3,000 kilometer road trip in France. One, I was bored because except highway driving. And it's not that we drove a lot also. Every day we drove maximum 300, 350 kilometers, right? But there was no life on the highway, absolutely.
Nothing.
And you would not let me stop anywhere on the highway for my pictures. Okay. So there was really, I mean, absolutely nothing except drive and monotonous driving, which is not the case in India. You can stop, you can take. You remember you were horrified when I stopped in the middle of the bridge to take the picture of the sunrise.
You said me, go take a picture. I can. You stop in middle of the road, in middle of the bridge. How is possible? And it's raining.
And it's raining, yes. So for me, travel is about curiosity, Dominic. Travel is not so much about destination. I love to discover a lot of things along the journey. Like you remember when, when we drove to Goa, we saw the wind turbines. And I loved watching those wind turbines. And I stopped, I Googled, and I said, okay, this is the company which has these wind turbines. This is how much electricity off the grid is generated. This is a new technology in India. It's all those. Medani usually scolds me saying, I'm the queen of trivia. I keep saying I have a whole host of useless information which is not useful to anybody. But they make me who I am, and to me, that is what travel is.
Yeah.
Travel is not just discovery of local food, local culture, touristy places, beautiful city, beautiful mountain. It's not about that. For me, travel is about civilization.
Yes.
Travel is about technology. I have to tell you this story. Yeah? I was dating one guy many years ago, okay? And we were driving from Mumbai to Shirdi. And Mumbai guys have no concept of greenery because they hardly see any greenery. And we were driving on the outskirts, okay? And he looked at the fields and he said, oh my God, it's so beautiful, so much green. And all along, I saw Mahanagar Gas, the gas company had laid its pipeline. I looked at him and I said, you know what? There is hardly any greenery. Okay, so and the little greenery that is here doesn't excite me. I am more excited by the pipeline laid by Mahanagar Gas. That was the end. I think he thought I was a completely gone case and he never even called me after that. Okay, so to me, those things are also important. It's not just about, you know this, right? I'm a mountain person. I hate water. I'm hydrophobic, so I won't go near water. And now only because Iris loves water, I come to seaside, right? But I'm very happy you're also a mountain person. Yes.
Yes, it's my favorite place. Yes, sure. Sure.
But you're not hydrophobic. You love swimming.
No, I like swimming, but it's not my favorite place.
Right.
I am most comfortable when I go up.
Up a mountain?
Yes.
It's interesting how many things we've done. Mountain, rocks, boulders. We've climbed so many things.
Yes, because we see Machel, Uttarakhand.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
I think I have covered the Himalayan biosphere almost about 60%. I mean, that's why I persuaded you to, move to Dehradun because I thought we could do a lot more. That's another story. That we couldn't do was another story. But I've enjoyed two rock climbs that I have really enjoyed, Dominic, are Mount Kinabalu in Borneo and Todra Gorge in Morocco. My God, both were tough. And I enjoyed both of them. And I did both of them. And I did when I was old. I mean, I started trekking and climbing when I was 53, right? 50, not 53, 50. Yeah, last 13 years I've been doing it. So discovered this rather late, but I've really loved how much I have covered now.
Yes. But for me, what I appreciate when I'm traveling is because I'm not traveling like one foreigner.
Right.
Because I remember this day you tell me, I will show you India with my eye.
With my eyes, correct.
And I remember that. Yes, because, every day I sounds good because I have this chance to discover it with one new face. And I remember when we was in Jaipur and we visit Amber Fort. We have a guide. Guide is okay. she's from Bangalore, he's French, I can tell blah, 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 blah. And you stop him and you tell, no, you tell a mistake. It's not this, because this is this, you remember.
Yes.
And you have a lot of culture, and it's very interesting because I don't have one touristic visit.
Right.
Visit.
Yeah, you're able to do deep dive.
I enjoy
Correct.
to traveling with you.
So that guy used to call me after that, okay, saying, Nandini ma'am, I'm taking a few foreigners, for a visit here. So tell me, what does this temple mean? Tell me, what does that fort mean? He actually used to take inputs from me. It was very interesting. I'm interested. I'm a curious person, Dominique. And curiosity is what I think drives me. And for me, travel is very important because it helps me remain curious.
And, when people stay all the time in same place,
Right.
is sedentaire.
Right. Very sedentary life.
Sedentary life, yes. And I think when I discuss with mom long time before, after relation, we start relation, we moving a lot.
Right.
Mom asked me, but Indian people are nomad because French people are very sedentary life.
Right.
They're staying in place. You have one house is for a long time. You have one house for your life.
Right.
You are totally opposite as this, and it's for this you like driving. Right?
And I love driving. Yes.
Okay, but I have only one complaint.
I don't let you drive.
You don't what I'm driving. Is a problem.
It is no reflection on your driving. It is just that I love driving.
Yeah.
And and because of Iris and Neige, now we have decided we will only do road trips. So given that, and now today in India, the roads are beautiful, especially in South India, my God, the roads are phenomenal, right? So Dominique, you have done more travel with me than you ever did in your life.
So I'm making most kilometers with India with you, because I don't make it. My small kilometer I make before is my resort and Jaipur city center.
Right.
But with you, yes, I'm making most in 4 years. I make in 54.
The other day I was just checking, how much we have traveled, you and I, in the last 4 years. It's close to 5 lakh kilometers.
Yes.
500,000 kilometers we've done. And before you came into my life, I think I had done about 10 to 15 lakhs. I've been doing road trips for the longest time. Nandini used to love road trips. And she would always get into the car and say, Mama, now let's get lost. Her idea of a fun road trip is if we lose our way. And then I would pretend that we lost our way. Oh my God, what are we going to do? And then I would again pretend that, okay, we found our way, and we would come back. So road trips have always been the more fun way to travel, for me. And I think one of the reasons why I love trekking also is that it involves a lot of road travel first before you start, your climb or reach the starting point of the trek. It's a lot of drive.
Yeah, there one proverb in France, how I like tell proverb. C'est les voyages forment la jeunesse.
Okay, what does it mean?
I will translate: traveling, making be young.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. Traveling makes you young. Yeah, that's what I mean when I say I'm curious. As long as you remain curious, I think you will remain young.
Yes, sure.
And going by that logic, sweetie pie, you and I are going to remain young till we die.